So hi, this is Rochelle with eXp Realty. And so many people ask me, like, how did I become a real estate agent and what are my qualifications? And so I'm going to address all that and let you know how I got to this point. So growing up, we all are surrounded by real estate. We're surrounded by houses because of where we live. We see other people building houses. We see hotels going up, restaurants going up, things like that. So there's always real estate being built. And the great thing about that for me is that my dad is a residential builder and remodeler. So he has spent his whole adult career with his own construction business, building and remodeling. So then the home that I grew up in was built by my dad, and then it's been under many renovations since. And so that's part of what got me into real estate was like, wow, this is pretty cool how you can take, some lumber, concrete blocks, plumbing, electrical, put it all together, And I also have other relatives who are real estate agents. And so it's pretty cool to see growing up what a real estate agent does and to hear about the discipline that it does take to be an agent. So when I was growing up, all of this really did intimidate me. To think like, oh my gosh, this is so much to juggle with, watching my dad juggle whatever projects he was working on with the people who are employed by him, with the other subcontractors, the homeowners, things like that. And then to see the time that he puts into it, and to also see the other relatives who are agents, to know what their schedules were like. It was pretty crazy how they would talk about, weekends, nights, early mornings. And so growing up and then as a teen, like I said, it was very intimidating to hear about. But then I went off to college and I have a degree in education, and then I also have a long-time career in human services. So I work for many years with children, teenagers, and adults with various disabilities and ability levels. And it was a great career to have. I worked at a camp for children's, teens, and adults while I was in college during the summers. I also worked at a school for children and teens with autism and behavior issues, and then a day program and job training facilities for adults with special needs. I was also a job coach who took a group of people to jobs out in the community to help them build skills so that they could have their own job in the community. And through all of that, real estate was like kind of tugging at my heartstrings a little bit. So then when I met who is now my husband, I had said, I've been thinking about getting into real estate and being a real estate agent. And he had talked about also wanting to get into real estate. So then when Jason and I decided to get into real estate, we did a lot of research about investing and being an agent and what it actually takes. And it does take a tremendous amount of energy to be disciplined. It takes a whole lot of energy to really see the overall picture, especially when it's something of like going into a property that's pretty distressed and thinking about how it's going to be renovated. And it also takes a lot of time and energy with, trying to be prospecting when it's me going out prospecting for other clients. So now that I am an agent, I have definitely discovered the joys of being an agent. It's a lot of fun to be working with other people, and especially for the first time home buyers who are so excited to be able to first of all, be approved for financing, and then they're able to look at houses and to really envision the spaces that we see, to really envision if they really truly do see themselves, there for a while. And the best part is when they finally get to closing, they get all the documents signed, and then there's their keys. It's a really great feeling. Another thing that people ask me about is, so you went from working with people with special needs to being a real estate agent. How was that transition? Being in a career with people, children, teens, adults with special needs, and then transitioning to real estate, what I'm so grateful for is the way that I had to slow down, really put myself into somebody else's shoes, really think about what they're thinking, how do they work, just be proactive about what they could be thinking about next. And that has really helped me as a real estate agent, because then when I meet people and get to know them, then I really do try to look ahead, try to understand how they are doing, which I think is a huge plus, because then it makes the whole process of finding a home, the whole transaction process, everything, even with speaking with the lenders, the title companies, the other agents, just makes everything flow so well. So I am in Minnesota, where I'm licensed, and I focused here in the southeast part of Minnesota. So if you have any questions about specifically where I would be able to help with a transaction, please let me know. But if there's an area outside of southeast Minnesota or in a different state, still contact me, because I would love to talk about real estate. And with eXp, we have agents all over the world, so I could definitely be a resource to help you, with finding an agent somewhere else. So know that I am here to be a resource for you and to guide you through your transaction and to make it a very smooth experience. For any questions, please let me know. My information is below.